Welcome, members of the Wolf Pack. It's your boy Greiwolph back with another episode of Final Fantasy 16. This is episode 28, and we are back in it. While I was off cam, I did a little bit of research, and I noticed that excuse me, I don't know why I always start yawning right when I get on stream. But I was looking into the curiosities because if you remember way back some episodes ago, probably like episode 14 or something, whenever we started to get the curiosities, the collectibles, I was like, oh snap, there's collectibles in this game. That's probably going to be a trophy because in most games it is collectibles, but they're called curiosities in this game. And one of the trophies is unlock all the curiosities, and I didn't know that was the collectibles, but I put two and two together to see those the collectibles. And now when I just looked into the curiosities to see like where all of them at, and they pretty much, just like most things in this game, you can't miss most of the trophies in the game. Most of the trophies and stuff in this game are unmissable. As long as you do all of the quests and the side quests, you're going to get all the curiosities. The only thing that I make it missable, so you can miss one of the curiosities, is the chronologs. And I really didn't want to have to do all of those, but you have to do all the chronologs in order to get one of the curiosities. And I was looking into it, I was like, dang it, man. So now you have to find all of them, and you have to do all of them. So far, I've only done the Titan one, because you need to do at least one of them to get a trophy. So I did the Titan one, because I like the Titan one anyways, so I can reverse stuff. And with the chronologs, you can't heal, so you got to really be on top of your game fighting and to kill everything. And you can only use whatever skills they give you to use for the icons. And I think I don't know how many of them I found so far, but I don't think I found all 6 of them, or 8 of them, 7 of them, because I think it's 8 icons. Maybe what it is, 8 or 9 icons. How many freaking icons is it? Now I'm getting myself confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ifrit doesn't count. There's 8, but Ifrit doesn't count. I don't know if there's an Ifrit chronolog at all, but he shouldn't count. So that's 8, and so far I did Titan. So I need to go and do all the rest of these, and I unlock a curiosity. The rest of the curiosities fall as long as you do all the rest of the quests. But we're about to go ahead and go on with it. Also, I think I mentioned it last time. I went ahead and wasted freaking, I think it's like $120 is what it was, because I ordered a face cam, or the Logitech face cam, or whatever the case may be, or webcam. I don't know why I keep saying face cam. I ordered a Logitech webcam, and right after I ordered it, probably like 2 days after I ordered it, after the order was basically shipped out, $150 actually. After it was already shipped out, basically, I was like, why did I do that? I have 3 cell phones right now. Only one of them has service. One of them I use as my account phone, so it has like my YouTube on it for this. It has like my Twitter on it for business stuff and whatnot. And I read my manuals and stuff on it because it's a bigger screen. And then I have an Android phone, an HTC phone, that I don't use either. But right after this, I Googled the iPhone versus freaking Logitech for face cam stuff. And it was like, yeah, the Logitech is good or whatever the case may be, but an iPhone XR at that point in time had a better comparison and a better viewing and streaming camera than that Logitech was. And I'm like, son of a gun, I just wasted $150. I mean, I probably could just send it back too, but since I'm all in Japan, sending stuff back is a hassle. But I probably will just send it back and get my $150 back, and I'll use, because I got an iPhone 12 and I got an iPhone 12 Pro and iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I'll probably just use one of these as my streaming camera. I'll probably take my SIM card out of my Pro and put it in my Pro Max and just use my Pro as my streaming camera, because I have a little arm thing that I can connect to use as to set in a nice pace for the camera, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, man, why did I not think of that before? I could have been using that camera, and I think I thought of that way back and then forgot because I wasn't too pressed on putting my face on camera. But anyways, let's get on with this.
See, Clive, we're not alone. If we are to win the day, we must all play our part. And ours lies beyond those doors.
All right, let's go.
We've fought long and hard for this moment. Sid's dream, our dream, is within our grasp.
We need only endure this final trial, and we shall. Together.
You all know what it is that awaits us beyond this gate. And we shall face it together.
Aye.
It seems our hosts would rather we remain. I will stay them.
We will stay them. Go!
Just don't keep us waiting.
Thank you.
Well, we're getting into some stuff. Another Ultima.
Welcome, sons of fire.
Yeah, there you go, Tucker. Yeah. Alright, he just teleported us to a different place, so. Someone we probably about. I must say, either we probably not about to fight him, or we probably still about to go do something crazy. Excuse me. I know there's more to it after this game, just from. Is that 2 behemoths? Oh my gosh, man. But I know there's more to after this because I can't get the other signboards yet, and there was no quest left for me to do. After I complete that quest, it's gonna unlock a whole bunch of missions, side missions that I can do,
Joshua.
and that's gonna unlock a whole bunch of curiosities and signboards and all that good stuff for me to get done.
Clive, is that you? This isn't stone here.
Welcome to our darkness. A rift between worlds wherein your kind might reflect.
Show yourself!
Grave and many are the sins of man. And we would have you know them, all of them, as fate has seen fit to deliver you home.
Here we go.
Consider this our welcoming gift.
It would seem we are trapped.
I don't remember seeing any of this.
And the only way out is through Ultima. We find him and we leave.
Alright, this definitely seems like more in-game stuff. I don't know what's going on with those side quests, but this definitely seems like it's more towards the end game. I also don't remember any of this or seeing any of this when Hollow played, but I could have been doing something else because a lot of times I put videos on, in the background. You know what? I know exactly why I'm burping like this. I must have had something that had some type of acid in it. This dude's not running at all. He's just walking. My acid reflux is messing up.
If you are to comprehend the full extent of your transgressions,
I think I'm about to fight some past stuff.
To the beginning. When the world was still young, we visited upon it a miracle, magic, and in its light did all life flourish.
Can you imagine if magic was real now? Like if it just popped up, like a part of me could see some crazy stuff happen, like the Korean
Yet
monoliths.
the price for this boon would prove heavy.
And if you never paid,
All descended upon the land.
if you never
painting
read
the horizon black as night.
a Korean
Though
manhwa,
we labored to forestall its spread, in this one endeavor, we stood powerless.
a lot of them,
And so we
I need
fled,
to talk again.
that we might endure. Endure, that we might discover a means of salvation.
A lot of Korean manhwas, it always starts off with like a regular world, and they're in like Seoul.
What of the mother?
Jeju Island is always involved too, but they're in Seoul or something, and then at some point in time during regular days, a dungeon portal opens up, and now the whole world is embedded with some type of with magic, so that people can be players into a game, or people can go into these dungeons and fight, and they get special powers and stuff. Like I could see something like that happening, but imagine if that happened in real life. And the thing about a lot of manhwas too, they play on politics as well. They talk about politics a little bit. Like it always has like America up there, always number one. Like, but it always has Korea, basically about to overcome everything, about to overcome every country, and it always has them definitely beating out China, and definitely like in a war with Japan, and or a competitive street with Japan, or whatever it can be. Not so much against America, but against everybody else. But it'll go into the politics in the sense of it'll have the government, which this is the part that I could see really happening. It'll have the government making an association, and that association ruling over the players, even though some people in the government won't have powers. What you see now, you see some people in the government that they don't have any, they don't have any military experience, but they rule over the military, and then they can get people in the military to disappear. But think about it with people with powers. If I'm a player and I'm level 70 or level 99 player, and you're a regular human with no powers, you still gonna have other players that you can manipulate because they believe in loyalty in their country and the spirit of core and stuff like that. It can be, so they think that I'm a threat because you trick their mind to make them think I'm a threat, even though I'm the best player in your country. Whatever, it can create stuff like that because it be. And and a lot of it, Korea loses a lot of players in these things because of stuff like that. Because Korea is such a dictatorship with some of their stuff and the way they treat players, that a lot of these players will defact and go to America to get paid better and live better and stuff like that. And it happens with a lot of those. But I can see the government trying to take over people with magic, trying to take over stuff, like basically corrupting everything. Like it can be something that can equal stuff out and make the world better. And somehow politics and the government will try to ruin it. Each and every time. It doesn't matter what country it is. It doesn't matter what country it is. It doesn't matter where it is. At some point in time, if there is something that's powerful that makes the government seem unbalanced, they're gonna try to do whatever they can to make it so they're the ones back in power and everybody else is underneath them. Not try to equal it out so that everybody's fair and everything's fair. They're gonna try to make it so they are the ones in power, so everybody's beneath them again. Even if somebody is trying to make it fair. That's basically like how the Rebel and the Empire alliance and stuff, or any type of freaking rebels, that's how they're created, because they go against the grain, they go against what the government is trying to push. Even if the government is trying to push some wrong stuff, the rebels are trying to push the right stuff, but the government has such a bigger influence that they're making it seem like the rebels, what they're doing is wrong, and that they are quote unquote rebels.
Did we find our new paradise?
And so many people are stuck in their way of doing it the government's way, that they believe that it's the right way. And even if they don't believe it's the right way, they're too scared to go against it, so they still go against the rebels.
For the black crept yet behind us. And soon did we arrive at a solution. The illness having spread to every organ, there was but one escape from this fate: to start afresh.
With a new world. The one for which Barnabas labored. A paradise free from the blight where his God awaits. And where, if we only forfeit our wills and abandon everything we hold dear, humanity can join him. So, Ultima would have us follow in the footsteps of the king.
And follow we shall. For now.
To forge a new world would require not only power, but a constitution strong enough to wield it. Acquiring the first would be simple. Untouched by the Blight, Valisthea was replete with ether, and we had only to place jewels in her crown to claim it. Acquiring the second, however, demanded creativity. And so I cast forth the seeds of humanity.
You created us.
Is that not what gods do? We sowed the seeds for you.
Having 4 arms has always been like
all that you might one day blossom.
big deal thing
And
for
our
me
future
to want
thus
4
secure.
or 6 arms
We thought to
in a
solve,
mystical type world.
though that would prove a grave mistake.
Like,
For it was as we slept
I
that
feel like you
man
can be
committed
crazy OP
his greatest sin.
with 4
He
arms
awoke,
that you have complete control over,
alone in a world bereft of
and that
his
all have the
god's
same
radiance.
strength. Not like, oh, my
He
2 of my arms are
blindly,
smaller,
desperate for guidance.
so they're weaker, is what it may be.
Finding no light, he sought to kindle his
It's
own.
more so like that, like
And from that single
my
errand
2 arms are in the regular
impulse
place,
was his
and they usually have
will.
like 2 arms coming out of their ribs, or they have 2 arms coming out like right below
Having
their
discovered
shoulder
himself
blades.
at last,
Some of them are like right on top of the traps or whatever the
turned
case
his
may be.
eyes
So there's
inward
always that weird look
and
to it.
found he desired evermore
But I'm gonna explain a little bit more. Talk about more why I think
which
4 arms is
only
dope.
magic
It's like
might
his is
afford.
like right behind his shoulder blades. So it's almost like
wars were
it's almost like a
waged
conjoined
and
twin
brothers slain
is
for
on him
custody
on his
over
back,
that
and the only thing that was
dwindling
kept from the
resource.
conjoined twin was just the arms.
And the land, she wept tears of black.
He would condemn us for this. Surely he cannot be so blind to his own hypocrisy.
Not blind. Just unwilling to admit the truth.
Like there's always
We're one and the same.
games, mangas, all of those things when you can only use one thing. You can either use aura or you can use mana, and then you have select few that can be a magic swordsman, what can it be? But think about it, if you use a magic swordsman with 4 arms. Now you basically have that paladin type stance with a shield and a sword, and both hands are free to use magic as well. Or if you're using a warrior, that 2 of your hands would be free to use a bow, while the other 2 hands just can use a sort of shield or a heavy weapon and 2 light weapons, or any type of combination that gets you in there. But it just makes you infinitely more stronger as long as you train and train and train with it. The thing that is going to happen with people that have these 4 arms when it comes to like any video game or any stuff like that, it is they get freaking conceited and they get too arrogant. Because, I got 4 arms, I've been beating everybody all my life, because it makes it easier because you only got 2 arms. Once I block your 2 arms, I still got a whole another 2 arms to do some stuff to you, and you don't. And they just get conceited. They always want to get beat by the dude that's been training. But I think that'll be dope to put in a video game, but I also think it'll be too much in the sense of any developers, when they look at it, they're like, okay, if we put a character in the game that can have 4 arms, and then we put other characters in the game that can be regular, most people gonna pick the 4-arm characters because it makes them it makes them freaking look way better. You know what I'm saying? It makes it so they can do way much more. It makes it so they can do much more. So people are gonna basically just block that off. But yeah, think about it. Even when there is a meta build, everybody doesn't follow the meta build, so it can still kind of equal out. As long as you don't make no PvP for real, I think it really doesn't matter. Because that's the only time it'd be unfair if you make PvP, because then too many people be using that meta build for PvP. But as long as there's PvE and people just working together, or not even a co-op type game, then you'll get some differences in there.
Claim upon her being. The avarice of man drives her ever closer to destruction. But she may yet be saved by you. It is what you were born to do, why we nursed you and fed you, as your own mother should have. And now that you are fully grown, our Muthos, it is time at last for you to serve your purpose.
To right your wrongs. If our sin is wanting to survive, then you are as marked by it as we are. The fault is yours. Our wills were born because you abandoned us. And now, you would have us forfeit them. All for a place in your new paradise.
Do you imagine yourselves worthy of one? Mankind has no place in our world.
Like I said, this is seeming like
this truly so
the
difficult
end,
to comprehend?
and I don't know what's supposed to happen after
We
this.
only ever require you.
I don't know. I'm supposed to get those other
when the time comes
curiosities
to
and
bid
stuff.
this wretched realm
But,
farewell. None shall follow.
I can assume something else is going to happen, but I could have missed a quest. But I don't think I missed a single quest. I'm pretty sure I went to every single quest.
Once the land's rebirth is complete, humanity will have served its purpose. Why would we continue to suffer that which has caused us so much vexation?
Because the land doesn't belong to you. It belongs to us all!
I'm going to take a whiz, but I know as soon as I get up,
What?
I'm gonna have to fight it. I'm gonna come back and
That
be
is
dead.
where you are mistaken.
Excuse me.
You own nothing but your precious will.
That man sapped my Ifrit powers away from me.
Brother.
I can't do this alone.
And you don't have to.
I grow weary of your dissent. Now you must learn that this master will not tolerate disobedience.
It looks almost like that one dragon thing we had to fight. Alright, let's get to it. I'm probably gonna get wrecked a little bit.
My family. We have all suffered. All fought to survive. This world may be flawed. It may be broken. But it's all we have. And if we can't share it, I see only one other choice.
These long monologues and stuff. This is real life. Niggas is getting killed. I was shot in the face with a fireball already.
You may have created us, Ultima. But it's time we lived on our own terms. This isn't your world anymore. It's ours.
Oh, Sinking.
Bow down, offenders, hearts be stained.
Oh my gosh, that was so fast.
Help me, boy.
That was so fast.
All yours,
Joshua and them haven't done a single attack yet. I couldn't dodge it if I wanted to. Oh yeah, we're taking away little help from this dude. I see how this is gonna be. Oh, I'm trying to block it.
Thanks, boy.
Oh, I couldn't even block that. Like, I literally pushed the circle button and nothing happened. Let's do some of this right now. It'll charge back up again later on throughout the fight. Oh, that ain't not good. I'm getting dragged into it.
Help me, boy.
Take a seat right quick, brother. Oh wow, I can't block that. That's what it is. I just can't block it. Let's wait for the second attack. It didn't count. Gotcha. Okay, hell, I'm getting it better now. Oh, I tried to dodge that. I tried to dodge instead of healing. Instead of freaking I tried to dodge instead of hitting whatever. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to say now. It takes away so much damage.
Such foul attaint may not be sublimed through game stamping.
We do it with a quarter his health away.
Only with heads hung low is penance paid. O wretched mortals incapable even of contrition. In fitting season shall we reap our harvest.
I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. I was expecting a third attack since he basically leveled up. Oh, that jank goes behind him. That is crazy. That is crazy. How am I supposed to dodge that? I pushed the button too late. Oh, that just blew up. Okay, so don't touch that thing. I thought I can get behind it, because last time it just stayed there and it didn't do anything. I thought I could get behind it and like block some stuff off or something like that. So just don't even go near that. I don't know what the hell that does. So it tries to draw you in first of all. Okay. I can't dodge it. I don't know what to do for that. All right, so just don't go near that thing when that's happening.
Nice try.
Oh, that lightning took forever to come down.
We will unmake you.
This is so. I hate this attack. I can't do anything else. I don't know what to do. So much stuff happening with this dude. It's just cheating, bro. Like I don't. He's really living up to the end game boss like cliche of doing like a bunch of attacks. You can't even dodge. You can't even do nothing against. Like. And it could just be me. I could just be great. I could just, wow. It exploded immediately. It exploded immediately. I could just be garbage, is what I'm trying to say. Why did I jump? Why did I die? Why did I die?
Help me, boy. Say something to yourself.
Come on, Joshua, do something.
To me, boy.
I dodged that.
Too slow.
I've never dodged that way before. In the sense of using whatchamacallit's attack, using the Lewis attack on top of it. I've never dodged that way before. There has to be some way to dodge. There has to be some way to get out of the way of that, because that just doesn't make sense. That they would make an attack that you just cannot get away from whatsoever. And it doesn't do a crazy amount of help to me, I mean, against me, but it still does enough.
Help me, boy.
He probably might go to his next stage. I just wasted that probably. Because he's probably definitely might go to his next stage. He's almost at half health right now. I can't see anything. Wow. He's gonna throw two lightnings on me like that?
To me, boy. Nice try. Thanks, boy.
Oh, he's just gonna finish this off? Is that what's gonna happen? That was cheap. That was a blind spot. Oh, I knew something was gonna happen. That's what I thought.
Gifted this chance, and still you would raise your hand against the Lord.
What now?
The darkness bends.
There we go. I knew this had to be like something crazy that I really gotta pee.
It wouldn't be the first time. But let's make
I'm gonna
it
have to pause it for y'all right quick because I let me use the bathroom right quick. Alright, we back.
Your fate is inexorable.
Oh
Surrender
my gosh.
the vessel unto the darkness. Surrender.
Okay, bro. Chill. What the was that?
Help me, boy.
Look at my health. Man, I could recover most of that, but come on now. Oh, how did I get hit by that? Okay. This man is just doing everything right now. This is crazy. I tried to get out of the way of that and that just didn't work. Come on, bro. There we go. Break that. Fall down.
To me, boy. To me, boy.
That was about to be bad because I was about to go right into that daggone explosion thing and get blown up. I know this is not nowhere near over, bro. Because we haven't done anywhere. We haven't. The main thing he wanted was the me and Joshua combined thing, and we haven't even done that yet. So I know there's nowhere near over. This man's doing so much stuff right now.
Kill! Help me, boy. To me, boy.
But this this is probably gonna be the end of me fighting him like this, especially once he gets into the last 25%. It seems like so far, once I got him to a quarter health, he went to a different stage. Once I got him to half full health, he went to something different. So either they either gonna let me finish him off, or they're gonna let me get him down to like almost dead, and then they're gonna take us to the next stage. And the next stage is probably gonna be us fighting him and his bigger. He have to be bigger. Something we can fight him with.
Nice try.
That shit so bad you can't even dodge it. Something we can fight him with Ifrit and Phoenix. Wow.
To me, boy.
Heal, heal. Sit down. Die for me. Die for me! Yeah, Ultima's definitely not vanquished. Definitely not vanquished. 650, that should be an easy like 1,000 or something. And they get that whack mist from it. I already know that's not the end of it. There ain't no way an end boss would end like that.
Countless generations.
I think Final Fantasy VIII, you fight the final boss like 3 times. I think it is that chick. I can't remember her name is, but you fight her like 3 different times right at the end, like back to back to back, which is crazy too. Because like, what if I didn't have the health to go through with that? And I don't know if your health got revived. I can't remember, but I know I wound up beating it because I wound up drinking. I think I held onto a hero's drink all until the end of the game. And what I did, excuse me, I already had the Lionheart weapon with Scrawl. And I got my health was down really low. I used the hero drink.
Your soul remains heavy.
And I can't remember how long the hero's drink lasts, but I know what it did do is it made it so that you were just invincible. You couldn't take, you took no damage.
Absolution.
For either a certain amount of turns or a certain amount of time or something like that.
And all shall be
forgiven. And I basically used that, and you know when your health is low on 8, you can use your limit break. And that's basically what I kept doing. I basically kept infinitely using my limit break. Like I just kept getting my limit break back, and I just kept infinitely using it. Or the hero drink makes you get unlimited limit break or something like that. I can't remember what it does. Something. I think it makes you get unlimited limit break, and it makes you so you can't take any damage. And I just kept using my limit break over and over and over. So I'm taking away 9 against the final boss, and I just basically kept spamming my limit break over and over until she wound up dying. But if I didn't have that, and if I didn't save that drink to the end, it would have been crazy. It would have been straight crazy. Because that fight would have took forever and would have been hard. Because I had to spam my limit break a couple times. And I'm doing the threshold amount of damage to this boss. Each time I swing my weapon, I was doing...
Tell me, Clive.
I was doing either 9,999 or I was doing 99,999 damage against this thing. But I think it was 9,999. Over and over and over.
We have ruined. Wherever we go, we leave a sea of tears in our wake.
And I can't remember how many hits it is in Squall's final ultimate move.
Of your will, son.
What good are our choices when all they ever bring, all they will ever bring, is death?
There's no atoning, Clive. No matter how hard you try.
So why not leave it all behind?
Leave it all behind.
Clive!
Please, won't somebody save me? Won't anybody love me?
I yearn, yet still she is not mine. Have I not given enough?
From will is born desire, and it is this which consumes you, rendering you incomplete.
Do you not see how the world bends and warps under the weight of your hungering hearts? What if it could all just go away? Just go away.
Alright, I just looked it up. Squall's final limit break is called Lionheart, which I had. And it hits the enemy 17 times. And it even says like so it can do a total of 249,975 damage. It said that's possible in one round. Lionheart can easily do 9,999 damage per hit, even with average strength and no vitality at 0. But that's what I was doing, 9,999, which with all 17 hits, and I did that attack maybe 3 or 4 times.
None of this is real.
Before I could kill the boss, or maybe like 5 times, or I don't even know.
It's time
But
to go home.
I did it a couple of times before I could beat it. But you gotta think about it, 249,000 damage that I did to the final boss at least 5 times. I could probably Google how much health the final boss has in the
You're my brother.
Brother.
I think her name was Eden.
Come. Remember who you are.
Clive.
Once more, lest you forget.
My name is Clive. Clive Rossfield.
I almost think he was posted to that.
Look, Ultima.
Even here, the light of the vessel's will cannot be quenched. And the Phoenix, his trespass should not have been possible. Not possible unless he has been with Muthos all along. The mark of the Phoenix, emblazoned upon his heart, made manifest by the power of will alone. The power of creation. Can it be? Are their wills truly so potent?
Are you still talking?
Game time. They combine together. Yep. It looks hella stupid, by the way, too. Like, I feel like they could have did way better with a Phoenix Ifrit combination. It literally just looks like Ifrit, but with a couple of Phoenix feathers on it. Like, they didn't even necessarily put the Phoenix wings on it. They put like some of the Phoenix long tassels on Ifrit, and I feel like they could have put some more into this. Like, probably made it like it looked like an actual like whole thing. Like, it would have had a more slender body. Like, it would have been kind of dope with a more slender body with wings, and the head would have changed a little bit. So maybe instead of having the 2 horns like Ifrit would have be, it would have been like almost like how what's his name? Odin has the one crown horn on them. It'd probably been like some, or they'd put the horns. How Odin has his 2 horns on the side. It would have done something, or it could have just legit just gave him 3 horns, 2 horns on the side, and then 1. Oh, the trait smite is broke. 2 horns on the side, and then like 1 horn on the top. It probably could have done for him, and changed his face almost like an armor type thing as well. It could have been so many different things. And what's crazy too is that if I would have got the bonus version, I would have got the concept art. Excuse me, the mini digital art book, and I guarantee you, in that mini digital art book, there's probably a concept for these 2 being combined that is way better than what the drawing was, what the final concept was. And if somehow, I'm not sure who these people consult with, who these creators consult with and designers consult with when they're doing the making of characters and stuff, but every single thing, and that comes down to even the mangas and stuff like that, and video games and like that, there's always a concept art that's a way better look than what they chose for the character, to the point where it looks like it was a no-brainer.
You embrace Logos.
The concept was such a no-brainer to pick, and you still went with something else that was just like, what the?
What are you talking about?
Like, Clive looks dope,
In the halls
and Joshua looks dope, but I guarantee there's a concept that was way better than what they picked. And when you look at the concept compared to this, you're like, what the hell? Like, I thought Clive looked dope the whole time, but this concept of Clive was like what you needed. Like, it probably had like a lot more pain to the character, like a lot more ground and grittiness was to the character, because Clive looks like he's not necessarily beat up, but he has some grit and some grains to him because of all the hardship he went through life and stuff. But it's probably another character, it's probably another make of the character that looks crazy more grungy, but still holds that dignified appeal and stuff to it or something.
And so the crystals are no more. Yet in their silence, a new song rings. Its chorus building, a crescendo as it enters its final movement, stirring those long aslumber to waking. And back to their origin.
Bloody crystal's cracked. So where the hell are they? Oh, fuck me.
Is that ether?
What in good Grieger's name is going on?
This is wrong.
Are we back?
Clive! Joshua!
Jill! Is everyone all right?
We're fine. What happened?
Too much to explain here. Mid! We're leaving! Now! Everyone, Fall back to the ship! I will be with you anon. Thank you.
Oh, we didn't get an airship either. We had a ship, but we didn't get an airship. And we really can't even use the ship. To the hideout we go. That's the only place we can go. So this is episode 28. So yeah, we probably got like 2 more videos in this. I'm still going with this video a little bit because there should be some quests or something unlocked right after this or something, since we just did all that. Back to their origin. Yeah, there should be a lot of quests unlocked.
I need to tell everyone what happened at Drake's Spine.
Alright, makeup change.
I'm going to need Otto's help.
Let's see what else happened. A new crafting recipe, the Black Hammer. A new missive has been at Class Chamber. Is that it? Is that all? No new quests? No new quests and all. Like, I think after I beat this part, there will be some new quests that pop up. But we will see. Let's tackle some of this stuff first and see what we got. Because no new hunt. There's not even a new hunts that's done.
So what do I owe the honor?
And this is how it's gonna be when I play most games, like I told you before.
What do you want?
Also now I can upgrade a defender. So I couldn't upgrade it at first, but now I can upgrade. And this is with the the behemoth shackles are for. So can I upgrade it to 2? Where's the defender level 2? Not there. But that's the making it anyways. That's why. Let's Circle of Heaven. That's even better. Sun braces. That's even better too. Let's go ahead and make this for sure.
No scratches, right?
And the behemoth shackles are for this and the other thing, but let's reinforce. So you need behemoth shackles for that too. So I'm assuming we're gonna find another behemoth somewhere. Somewhere there's gonna be another behemoth. Let me look at the Ouroboros. So the Ouroboros is still. That's the thing. Like making the Ouroboros probably is cool, but with these Sun's braces, 97 and 32. Let's reinforce. Is it a Sun braces too? 92. Like it's almost there. It's almost right at the Ouroboros. Ouroboros is slightly better. Where's the defender too? 340 for this defender. Defender 1 takes a behemoth shackle too. And all that stuff. Like 340 for that. And I think the ultimate sword is 345, I think. Oh, 375. So there might be another sword after the Defender, or there might not be. So I could go ahead and get a Defender 1 and have a little bit more attack. And even the Defender 2, which I have plenty of materials to make and to go with if I was to get it. I don't know if there's going to be another sword coming up here soon. That's going to be better than that. Yeah, but I mean, I'll find out.
Clive.
Yep.
Going purse weighing you down?
A little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's heavy. Got big money in this shit.
Better I'll be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Oh,
Finished, are you?
We're going to speak with Otto after this. Let me see how many curiosities there actually are, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There's 22. And I have 9 out of 22. 6 out of those 22 are signboards. And I have 3 of the signboards. So I'm about to have 12 out of 22, which would make 10 left that I just don't have. And one of those I already know is to beat all the Chronolofs, which means there's 9 more that I don't know what they are, but I know that they're just quest related, because all of the curiosities in general have all been quest related. Mostly they're side quest related. Some of them are story quest related, but most of them are side quest related. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the curiosities is to get freaking old boy storytelling thing to the highest grade. And I really haven't been caring about that at all. But I wouldn't be surprised if, like, to get his thing to the highest grade is a curiosity. To get Vivian's whatever she wants to do thing to the highest grade. Oh, there's also a trophy to visit every place
you've read this particular chapter
in the game.
Before.
I think there's 68 places in total.
There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
But I think there's 68 places in total. And I think the last time I looked at, I think I had 56 or something like that. But anyways, let's go see what Otto got to say. Let's see what Otto has to say. And then we'll go on. Because I know, if I remember reading right, back to their origin, after that quest is complete, is when
what will it be today?
All of the other side quests and stuff are going to unlock.
What is it that you wish to learn?
I probably just have to.
Here.
I want to dive into the tomb alone.
One must
learn a lot of the lore of this game.
Place in the world.
But after you do back to the origin, that's when a bunch of side quests and everything else pretty much unlock. Because I think this is the last part before the end game. So if it does, I'm gonna cut and I'm gonna go do all those side quests, and then we'll come back and we'll do what the last mission is.
Right. All hands on deck then. Is this everyone? As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well...
The Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canberra is in flames, and the Empire
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the curse breakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the Blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the Halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Off! Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset.
It's crazy that of how much time passes when you're playing video games. Like when you're something just bit me. When you're actually engrossed in playing video games or doing something you like, we'll put it that way. When you're actually engrossed in doing something you like, of how much time passes without you even noticing it. It's already been an hour in this thing, and the same thing happens when I'm reading mangas and stuff. I don't read super fast, so it takes me like maybe 5 minutes to read a chapter in a manga. Sometimes it takes me longer, depending on if I'm like really just sitting there trying to look at the read and everything and look at the artwork and stuff. It might take like 10 minutes to read a chapter of a manga, whichever one. So my time just gets engrossed in this thing. I know an hour has passed and I've been reading the whole time, or 2-3 hours have passed and I've been reading the whole time. Or like the games, like with a game that you like, I could easily do the 4 hours minimum for a kick playing this game, especially when I started playing Valhalla. Because in Assassin's Creed game, there's so much to do, and I've been seeing some people play. I've never watched the whole playthrough of Valhalla, but seeing some people play it, and it's like there's a lot to do in Valhalla. So I can easily stream that for like 8 hours plus, 4 hours plus a day. 8 hours on the weekends, probably 12 hours on the weekends, really. Just sitting there playing video games, which is crazy. Or breaking it up between it. And Starfield gonna be the same way. When Starfield comes out in September, it's gonna be, and September 6th is so early in the month. Like I'm gonna be stuck on that. Liza P comes out later in the month, and I just don't even know if I'm gonna have the time to play Liza P because I'm probably stuck on Starfield. But I'm probably gonna have to break it up. Like one day I'm gonna have to play long runs of Starfield, and the other day I'm gonna have to play long runs of Liza P. And just keep bouncing between those two, and then on the weekends I'll probably just play whichever one I feel like playing.
But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. Are you certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
That explains why this door was already open. I was wondering why that door was open, because it's usually not open. I usually have to open it myself.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
You see all those side quests just pop up? Yeah, so obviously you know what I'm about to do. That's gonna be the end of this video. Excuse me. That's gonna be the end of this video, and I'm gonna go knock out all these side quests that's happening. Let me see this side quest in the world. Yeah, see that side quest all over the world. Move. Side quests here and here and here. I think I don't have the thing is I don't have the whatchamacallits for those in general. The little placard things for those anyways. So we'll knock out all those side quests, and there's still some marks. See, there are no available hunts. There's still some marks, and there's no nearby quests here, but there's one here, and it's still a mark. The marks just happen for the whole area, so but it's still a quest that still needs to be done. And you can easily tell that because it doesn't say complete. So that means there's some quests that still need to be done here in this area. So until it actually says complete, you just know that there's some quests that need to be done. See, there's no more marks to be done here because I did all the marks, but there's still quests that need to be done. And that's in all the areas. It looks like there's quests that still need to be done in all these areas. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock all that stuff off stream. And when we pop back on, we'll do this origin quest. I think that origin actually might be in game. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that there has to be something for me to get more behemoth shackles, because it wouldn't make sense. I only have 2, and it wouldn't make sense for them to give me the option to have more behemoth, to make stuff with behemoth shackles, and not have enough behemoth shackles. Like that weapon needs 1 behemoth shackle, but these things need 1 behemoth shackle too to upgrade. So that's 3, and I only have 2. So there has to be more in the game. Has to be. So we're gonna make sure we do that. Okay, we got this quest. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. Appreciate y'all tagging along. For y'all on YouTube, you know the plan. You know the vibes. You know what it is. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you can. Tell your friends. Let's run these views up. Run these likes up. Run these subscriptions up. Like I said, I don't care about any money. You ain't done nothing to me. Just help your boy come up. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Run some comments up so I can come up. So I can start getting monetized. And make something from this so I can give back to y'all. Like I say all the time, I have a day job, so that's fine. This is just gonna be something on the side that I do, that when I'm time for me to retire in the next 5 to 6 years, I can fall back on this to do later. But in that meantime, that's just more for me to just give y'all to the community, because I'm not gonna be making nothing crazy from this anyways. And when it finally does come out, it'll be cool. Maybe with the kick thing, I'll probably turn off, because like I said, when I did all the calculations for the kick thing, you can make a good amount from that. Especially if you're living in the Midwest states and you're doing it, you can make a good amount to the point where you can make a living off just doing a regular 40-hour day. 40-hour week. You do 40 hours times 16 times 4. That's close to $3,000. It's like $29,000, whatever the case may be. $2,900, whatever the case may be. So that's enough, depending on where you're living at, to make a good living. Like I think I said my boys was in Iowa, I believe it was, and their mortgage was like $500 a month. Like that's easy living. 2,900, 500. Yeah, you got taxes you still got to hold on to, so you might want to hold on to at least 500 of that, or whatever it can be. So you got 2,400. That's still enough to make a living and do everything you need to do. But anyways, thanks for hitting with your boy, Greiwolph. Out.